Good day, everyone. The team is number 1, Gerard Steenekamp. Number 2, Johan Grobelaar. Number 3, Francois Klopper. Number 4, Kobus Wiese. Number 5, Rohan Norke. Number 6, Marcel Coetzee and captain. Number 7, Elrich Lou. Number 8, Cameron Hanekom. Number 9, Emrys Papier. Number 10, Andre Pollard. Number 11, Kainan Moody. Number 12, Harold Foster. Number 13, Stedman Gans. Number 14, David Kriel. Number 15, Devin Williams. Number 16, Marco van Staden. Number 17, Jan-Hendrik Wessels. Number 18, Mornay Smith. Number 19, Rohan Vermaak. Number 20, Mpilo Kumedi. Number 21, Paul de Wet. Number 22, Willie Leroux. And number 23, Sergio Peterson.
Thanks. If we're by show of hands, we can take questions. Brendan, thank you.
Morning, Akers. Hope it's good there in Cardiff. Maybe just take us through some of the changes. Obviously, somebody like Devin hasn't played for a while. Kainan on the left and David on the right, Stedman in the back line. Just those changes, maybe take us through the thinking there.
Yeah, I mean, it's forced through injury because Kirtley is injured and Cheswell Jooste is injured. So obviously we needed to replace 2 outside backs, and then we felt that, David, they're quite good in the aerial game. So we felt that David at wing and Kainan obviously has played at the highest level at wing. Is our best options there, and that brought Devin in. So we still got Willie, who can cover 10 and 15 for us, and Devin can shift to the wing, and we got obviously Sergio, who can cover wing as well, and Kainan and David cover center, so we've got enough players to move around with that combinations.
Okay. And then are those injuries serious, Akers? And then the other part of that question is Wilco, when do you expect him back?
Wilco's father, obviously, funeral was last Friday. So he flew out yesterday. So he joined us today. So obviously it's captain's run today. So we couldn't get him involved with tomorrow's game, but hopefully we can see how Wilco look on the field. Obviously he's been away from the team for a while now, but we'll see how he goes in the training next week, and then we can decide if we want to play him against the Scarlets. But it's great to have him back in the camp, and we can get around him, and obviously we're really sorry for the time he went through. On the injury front, Cheswell is a 3 to 4 week injury, but he responded well to treatment last week and this week. So we're going to keep him with us and see where he tracks. Like I said, Scarlets is 3 weeks, then just maybe he's ready to play. Kirtley also, can be anything from 2 to 3 weeks. That's why we haven't sent him back. So he's still got a fair bit of pain. He's got a finger injury. So again, we'll reassess it on Monday. It gives us an extra 2-3 days for the medical to look after them, and then we can make a decision on Monday. But we've still got enough players in the squad to field the 23, so we'll reassess them next week.
And then just lastly from me, just on the Dragons, they've obviously got a lot of confidence out of the last 2 weeks in the Challenge Cup. Just what have you seen from them? They're obviously also a difficult side against it. They had quite good performances, even though they lost against the Stormers and the Lions. They were quite difficult to play. Just your thoughts on them.
Yeah, I mean, we know what lies ahead of us. We know that, first of all, we need to control our side. We need to make sure we play well. Otherwise, it doesn't matter who you play, you're not going to get a result. And then if, there's no easy game in the URC. There's no easy game in the modern day of rugby today. So we looked at them, analysed them, their quality side, even the games that they lost, where they lie on the lock is not a true reflection of who they are as a team. They up in the stats on a lot of things, kick a lot of ball, good in the air, good set piece. And they play an exciting brand, and we saw they pushed the Stormers, pushed the Lions all the way. And then we saw what they did in the last 2 weeks in Europe. Now they're in the semi-final of a European competition in the Challenge Cup. So they're a quality side, and they'll back themselves back at home. I think they already said they want to, back their performance against the Bulls, obviously, because I'm sure they see us as one of the consistent sides in the UFC over the last couple of years. But saying that, we can only control our attitude and our standards and the way we want to play, and we know the importance of this game.
Good luck.
Thank you, Brendan.
Kobus, go for it.
Clinton, Morakers.
Kobus.
August, julle met julle vorige toer het julle wat dit wat in daai stadium 'n moeilike tyd was, het julle omgedraai met daai goeie sege in Frankryk. Hoe goed of hoe belangrik was dit vir julle gewees om weer 'n bietjie weg te kom uit julle omgewing uit en saam te toer, saam tyd saam met mekaar te spandeer voor so 'n belangrike tydvak wat julle nou ingaan in die kompetisie?
Ja, ek moet die spelers krediet gee, Kobus, jy weet, dit word 'n lang toer en elke speler se omstandighede verskil. Jy weet, daar's ouens wat weg is nadat hulle kinders net gebore is en families groter geword het, en dan obviously is daar ouens wat met ander uitdagings sit. Ek weet daar's mense wat se kinders op skool is en die vrouens moet alles nou self hanteer. So dit is nie maklik nie. En dis hoekom ek kan die spelers net krediet gee. Ons het sover 'n wonderlike tyd saam, jy weet, ons was natuurlik het ons beste probeer gee teen Glasgow. Dit het nie uitgewerk soos ons gehoop het nie, maar laas week was 'n goeie week, soos jy sê, om weg te kom en 'n bietjie 'n paar goed op en van die veld af saam met mekaar te doen. Die spelers het bietjie tyd spandeer met mekaar weer, en ek glo daai samehorigheid is daar. Intussentyd weet ons nou, jy weet, van Roan Nortje en ons en almal, so ek dink almal het net bietjie by mekaar uitgekom, en jy weet, en dit is die lekker ding, jy weet, die groep is naby aan mekaar in terme van ons respekteer elkeen wat ons kan nie die toekoms hanteer nie, maar die tyd wat ons nou het as 'n span is kosbaar, want hierdie span sal nooit weer dieselfde wees. So kan jy maar gaan kyk by elke unie, elke span is daar spelers wat of aftree of aanbeweeg of wat ook al. So hou met hierdie oomblikke geniet, en dit was wat ons laasweek gedoen het. Ek dink ons het 'n goeie balans gekry tussen hard werk op die veld en 'n paar goed probeer regmaak, en ook 'n plan in plek te sit vir die Dragons, maar ook om jy weet, die toer en die tyd wat toer jou bied, dat jy het nie ander keuse nie, saam met mense die hele tyd in dieselfde omgewing, en om dit positief te gebruik en mekaar te geniet. So dis lekker, maar ja, ons is 'n dag voordat ons eintlik hier is, en ons is op toer om jy weet, om in die URC goed te doen, en om dit te doen met ons môre 'n resultaat kry. So ons hopelik kan ons daai tyd wat ons nou saam spandeer op die regte plek ook afsluit deur 'n resultaat op die veld te kry.
Ek is net laasens vir my, jy het verwys na Roan Nortje. Wilco weet ons gaan Stormers toe, en die aanduiding is dat Kurt Lee waarskynlik ook Japan toe gaan. Hulle is al invloedryke en senior Springbokke. Hoeveel van 'n ontwrigting is dit in terme van jou beplanning wat jy en jou langtermynvisie wat jy vir die span het?
Ja, ek dink, jy weet, Kobus, dit is die realiteit van professionele sport. Jy weet, toe ek hier aangekom het, toe weet ek dat jy weet van daai spelers gaan aanbeweeg, en maak nie saak hoe ons die kultuur of hoe ons die omstandighede probeer verander en beter maak het. Dis die besluite wat hulle gemaak het waar hulle is nou in hulle loopbane. Elkeen, soos ek sê, elke speler se behoefte verander. Jy weet, ek dink Wilco maak geen geheim van dit nie. Maak nie saak wat ons as Bulle hom aangebied het nie. Hy wil by die plaas wees, sy gesin wil daar wees. Hulle wil nader aan hulle familie wees ensovoort. So vir hom is dit 'n familiebesluit, en so kan ek deur elkeen se redes gaan. Want ek weet baie keer voel dit vir my asof die mense soek 'n rede. Is daar nou ongelukkigheid in die kamp, of ek weet, is daar, hoekom wil almal hierdie besluite is voor my tyd gemaak, en die realiteit is dit is die enige span wat 4-5 jaar al saam is, so sy spelers wat so suksesvol was soos wat die spelers was in daai era wat hulle so goed gedoen het tot en met laas jaar is 'n aanvraag. En jy het een van twee goed, of die speler beweeg aan as hy gaan na daai, ek wil amper sê na daai plek toe wat hy voel hy wil nou weet na sy familie kyk, of hy bly, jy weet, en so moet ons dit hanteer. So dit is groot name wat ons verloor, baie ervaring, jy weet, in hulle eie reg kan hulle in 'n wedstryd 'n verskil maak, elkeen as individu, maar die groot ding is ook wie hulle is en hulle karakters en wat hulle van die veld af, hoe hulle vir die span altyd daar was, verloor hou. Maar die realiteit is jy weet, ons het jong talent, en op die ou van die dag, as ons weet, as 'n ou weer 'n span moet groot maak en ou en nuwe ek wil amper sê sterre kweek, dis die lekker ding van rugby. So ons in elke visie sal ons nou maar net van ouens moet verwag dat hulle hand opsteek en opstaan en hopelik, ons het al reeds 'n paar soos Marco van Staden en 'n paar ouens wat langer bly en hulle sal maar net die mantel moet oorvat as senior spelers. Ons het nog steeds 'n lekker senior groep, maar dit is nou weer, dit sal obviously nou individuele spelers en nuwe spelers moet wees wat daai mantel moet oorvat van daai leierskaprol en ek wil amper sê daai posisies wat daai ouens aanbeweeg.
Dankie Akker, sterkte vanmôre aand.
Dankie.
Thanks. I see Ken's got shy. Okay, Nicholas, take the gap.
Okay, thanks. Thank you, Clinton. Hi, Uckers. Talking about the skill and the depth in your squad, it was announced that there'll be an SAA team to play Zimbabwe in June. I'm sure you probably have a few players in mind who maybe aren't quite getting the foot in the door at the Springboks, who maybe you think might have a crack at the SAA team. Do you think it's a good idea to maybe open that door for them for players to get that international exposure?
Yeah, I think any international game is a good game for experience. You know, I was privileged to coach the SAA team for 2 years in a row, 2016 and 17, against the English and the French, and you know, Lukanya and I'm trying to think now. I know Polly was there for 1 or 2 games, but Lukanya and Mapimpia, I think even Malcolm, and there was a few guys who played there that obviously eventually went through and played a lot of tests for the Springboks. So it is an opportunity for, you know, Rassie and the Springbok guys to say, okay, here's our 30 or 35 or 40 players that we know definitely is going to play test rugby or are Springboks, but here's maybe another 20 or 30 guys that we just want to see what they do on the next level, depending on your opposition. You know, if the English do send a side or the French, you know, it's going to be a quality side. If you play, you know, maybe a side that's not that strong, I don't know how much worth is there in, but yeah. So it can be, as long as, like I said, as long as there's purpose behind it, because my only thing is there's so much demand on players at the moment. You know, we got a long season, and then by the time you finish up, depending on where you go in the URC, the 15th of August, there's an expectation that we must have a team playing the All Blacks. We're forced to give the players a 5-week break after the last game, depending again, where do you finish in the season. If you play on the URC final, you can take 5 weeks from there, and then you whatever time is left, you've got time to prepare for the All Blacks game. So it leaves you maybe 2 or 3 weeks to be contact ready. That's not enough. So now if you play a Barbarians game and let's say you lose 6 or 7 players there, plus your Springboks that you're not going to see anyhow, you know, those guys, when they come back from that game, then they must only start with their rest period. So, so that's why I say, so any game is a good game, especially for a player at that level. How logistically it will make sense, you know, time will tell, but I'm not going to speculate on what players I think must play there, because obviously Rassie and Felix and everybody involved there, they so well planned. They know exactly where every player ranked and what players they would love to see in what games. So we will just support, the SA Rugby in whatever decision they make there to allow those players to play, obviously, and deal with it when that time comes.
Great. Thank you, and all the best for the Dragons.
Thanks. Thank you.
Okay, MBA, you can come in here.
Well, that SAA game and the Springboks game, that's on the day of the URC final. And there's a very good chance there might be one or more South African teams in that final. Any communication from SA Rugby how that's going to work? I mean, what's the use? Yeah.
Yeah, and then it just means that the teams, how I understand it, that how it normally would have worked is that if we or the Stormers, whoever plays in the final, those players will just not be selected, So they will be. That means the SA or the SAA team will come out of the other 3 or 4, 2 or whatever franchises is not involved. So just will take out those players out of that game. Of course, obviously URC will have preference, for that specific final. So yeah, so we'll again, it's not something that will influence us. It's only if you didn't make the final, like I just explained now to Jonathan, then your players' rest is obviously will only kick in after that game.
And then just on your depth, you've been playing the same squad for quite a few weeks now. Obviously, that helps for cohesion, but the risk of injury, I suppose, is a bit higher. Mapilo Gumede making a comeback now, and is that part of your planning, or was that also injury force? A player like Sergio hasn't played for a while. I know you talked about it earlier, but I mean, is that part of your thinking ahead thing, or how much of it is injury enforced?
The changes at the back is injury forced. The Pilo's one is just we felt we would love to see him play, and looking at the Dragons and where we think the game will go. Pilo's got a lot of X factor. He's got a lot of ability to bring you line breaks, and we've got a lot of players in the likes of Cameron and Marco and Marcel that plays a similar style, so a lot to the floor. So we felt if we got somebody more like Cameron coming on, and that's where Pilo's strength is. So hopefully, you can do that job for us. But on the outside, it was injury forced through Kirtley and Cheswell. But saying that, we wanted to have continuity. In most of especially the starting team in most of the places, because we played, those few games, and then we had the Glasgow game, and then if we progressed in the EPCR, we would have rotated. But now that we had a week off, we feel that bodies has healed up, everybody feels good, so we can go again, and that's why we felt we're just going to keep a bit more consistency.
At the beginning of the season, when you looked at the final 4 games, I mean, Dragons and Scarlets would have been, that's going to be a nice run-in. Suddenly, Dragons are in the semi-finals of the Challenge Cup. Were you forced to reevaluate it a little bit? Look at your plans again, because that was a little surprising, I would think.
Before we came on tour, when we played, the last games before we came over, we knew we are back against the wall. That these games are going to be massively important, and it's knockout games basically. So, so we knew we have to come and make sure we bring a strong side and make sure we get the victory and so on. So again, we can't control anything other than tomorrow night, and you look at overall in any sport. There's so small margins between number 1 and number 12 or 1 and 10. Even in the Premiership, and in the top 14 in France, and even in the Super Rugby now. If you look at number 1 and you expect the number 1s to be the best, but on the given day, if your mind is not there and you're not prepared, and the players don't put in the effort as expectation is, and you're probably going to lose. That's how small the margin is. So we we just have to deal with the Dragons now and respect them. They showed more than enough that the quality they've got. If you look at them as a team, the individuals there as players, and then the coaching, it's a top team. So so we know it's a big challenge.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Percival.
Thank you so much, Vincent. Goeiedag, coach. Coach, jammer dat ek bietjie later gesluit het. Ek hoop ek kan my duidelik hoor. Ek het net 2 vragies. Johan, kan ek jou vra? Jy praat van 'n span wat met die rug teen die muur is. Kan ek jou vra wat is julle benadering vir môre se wedstryd teen die Dragons manier? Speel julle net vir 'n gewone oorwinning of speel julle teen die punteleer môre?
Ja, ons speel net vir die oorwinning, Percival. Jy weet, kyk ons, het help nou nie, mens probeer dit, mooi praat nie, dat die realiteit is ons moet wen. Ons weet het, jy weet, so dit is, maar dis hoekom die belangrikheid môre is eenvoudig, ons moet net die wen kry, maar ek gee nie eens om by die bonuspunt, en natuurlik sal die bonuspunt die beste situasie wees, maar ons moet net wen, en dis hoekom dit is ons beheer, so ons moet 23 ouens hê wat môre opgaan en op 'n goeie standaard speel, en ons het 'n goeie 2 weke se voorbereiding gehad, en ons weet hulle is 'n gemotiveerde span, hulle wil graag hulle momentum behou wat hulle nou gekry het deur om in daai semifinaal van Europa by die Challenge Cup te wees, maar jy weet, en hulle sal graag, ek dink, by die huis gemotiveerd wees, maar tussen daai 4 lyne is ons in beheer van ons eie hoe sê hulle toekoms, so ons moet net seker maak ons presteer môre aan.
Jan, my laaste vraag, ek is nou nie goed met wiskunde nie, ek was nooit goed op skool wiskunde gewees met dit, maar ongelukkig as joernalis kyk ek natuurlik na die punteleer manier. Julle speel oomblik 8 op die punteleer manier. Daai oorwinning wat jy van praat, die eenvoudigheid oorwinning, gaan dit dan genoeg wees vir julle om potensiaal in die top 8 te bly dan weer?
Ek dink as ons aanhou wen, dan behoort ons dit te maak, jy weet, want daar spanne wat mekaar mos maar speel, so ek is nie seker wie speel nog vir wie nie, en wie weet, maar ek dink solank dit jy ek is ook nie goed met wiskunde gewees nie, maar ek dink as jy 1 punt meer het as die ander wat onder jou lê, so jy bly net aan wen, jy weet, ek weet nie hoe die bonuspunte gaan uitwerk en so nie, maar ons moet net aanhou doen wat ons kan doen, Percival. Ek wil nie te betrokke raak by wat ander spanne moet doen en wat ons moet doen nie, want dan begin jou kop te dwaal en jy begin op ander fokusse sit. Op die ou van die dag, die beste is om te hanteer wat voor jou is, en ons die spelers weet dit, en ons weet ons moet ek wil nie eens praat oor die Dragons en goedie in terme van dis 'n span wat teen ons moet speel môre wat enige span kan wen. Dis hoe goed hulle is, en ons sal op ons beste moet wees môre aand, en dis kom ek sê, so ons is onder geen illusie dat dit 'n groot uitdaging is nie, maar as ons tot ons vermoë speel, dan kan ons 'n wen kry, en dis al wat ons weet ons moet doen. Ons kan niks minder of 'n laer standaard speel as dit nie.